personally. I give you the praises continually. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. There's no other like you that could protect me from my lady voodoo. I go astray. You leave the 99 for me, and it's overwhelming. Yesterday, today.
28 minutes on to 7 o'clock. That is the time. Good morning, Grenada, for today, Friday, the final day in the month of March. Congratulations are in order. GBSS in the boys category. St. David's Catholic Secondary in the female category. McDonald College. They said, you know, we're gonna do it next year. Yeah. Good. Great, not good, great. Yeah. It's Friday. It's the end of the work week for most people, and it's also the end of the month for everyone, eh? So once again, good morning to you. Good morning to each and every one of you. Thanks for being a part of the Good Morning Grenada program for today, Friday, and it's indeed a joy to be with you. Good morning to you, All-Star Gardet. All right, that's the first time I'm seeing this name. Good morning. Thanks for saying good morning. Hope you're all right. It's 26 minutes on to 7 o'clock, and it's good to be alive. How about you? I know disappointment might be in the minds of many. You're feeling hurt. You're feeling... you know what? I don't really take this on too much, you know. I hoped that my alma mater would have won yesterday, but they didn't. And it's all part of life. Disappointment builds character, that's what they say. So we now know that we've got to go back to the drawing board and come better next year. And that goes for all the teams that lost yesterday. I know the guys from SAS will be disappointed, you know, just by 2 points, 2.5 points. Well, it shows the standard because if I remembered correctly, on Wednesday, the day concluded with GBSS 2.5 points ahead, and that form was maintained to the end. So nonetheless, congratulations to all that were involved in the successful staging of Intercall Games, the Republic Bank 55th edition of the Intercall Games 2023. After a long hiatus, the games were back and they were good. Yeah. Nice. I'd also like to commend the commentary team yesterday, Leslie Smith, Jason Skit, what are the other guys' names? I can't remember. Sherry and Noel, Joseph Cador for, you know, giving us that on the field interviews every now and then. Holistically, the games were well done. Kudos, guys. So let's get into the meat of the matter this morning. And the word, we start off with the word of the day. And the word of the day today is a very interesting word. It's 86. 86, we know that as a number, right? Well, it is a verb, actually. And you know 86, how we spell that? E-I-G-H-T-Y with that dash and 6. And 86 is an informal word that means to eject, dismiss, or remove someone. It is usually used in the context of banning or refusing to serve a customer but it can also refer to rejecting, discontinuing, or removing something in general. All right, so remember that. The word of the day today is the word 86. 86. It is a verb in this context, all right? And here's how we can use that word. Teenagers were 86ed by the manager after they attempted to start a food fight in the restaurant. The teenagers were 86ed by the manager after they attempted to start a food fight in the restaurant. I'll create one quickly. The husband was 86th after he returned home at 1:30 a.m. in the morning. Nice. So the wives caution the husband, say, don't come home too late or else you'll be 86th, all right? Oh, never a dull moment, man. And let's now move to the thought of the day. And the thought of the day today is give yourself enough respect to walk away from anyone who doesn't see your worth. That is a remarkable one. Give yourself enough respect to walk away from anyone who doesn't see your worth. Yeah. Respect yourself. Love yourself enough to walk away, man. There's no need for the GBV, meaning the gender-based violence. If she says she doesn't want you anymore, she doesn't need you anymore, she doesn't, just walk away. Have your self-worth. Say, okay, it's your loss. You understand what I'm saying? How many of us can say that? It's your loss, not mine. Your loss is someone else's gain. Nice. What's buzzing this morning? Well, of course, organizers of the Intercall 2023, they are very happy with the turnout on the final day of the event. The 3-day event culminated at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium yesterday evening with field stands as students, parents, alumni, and well-wishers cheered on to their secondary school athletes. Their school of choice, the alma maters. Congratulations, St. Andrew Anglican Secondary School, the second place winners. Well, of course, congratulations are in order for GBSS, yeah? Good morning to the principal, staff, the coaches, the athletes of the GBSS. Yeah, they won yesterday with a total of 331 points. Yeah, 331.5 points, yeah. All right. And also, congratulations go out to the girls from the St. David's Catholic Secondary School for winning. I want to get the exact number of times that they have won. I'm going to do some research on that and have that. But they won yesterday with a total of 335 points. The second place went to the Anglican High School with a total of 221.5 points. As Jason was saying, it was a weak distance. Yeah. Nonetheless, that's, congratulations once again. That's what happened yesterday. And as a matter of fact, for the past 3 days. So congratulations to all those who were involved. All right. Okay, now, if you are owed by the Market International Importing Board, now is the time to recoup the funds, all right? Go check them out. Okay, what else is buzzing this morning? The creative arts is known to take on many societal issues. And one Trinidad-based company they came on tour in Grenada and shared their craft and ideas with schools. I heard about this, and to me, it was a wonderful initiative. I heard certain excerpts from the plays that the drama that they did, and I liked it. I like that sort of collaborative approach. It is my hope that in not too distant a time from now, the history that will be taught in our secondary schools throughout the region will be regional history. Now, I'm not saying that it's not good to know about, the Christopher Columbus and all those guys and so forth, but what's the significance to us, really, And if you'd ask someone, what year did Christopher Columbus sighted Grenada, and they'd tell you instantaneously. And they would not be able to tell you who was the leader of the NJM, or what does the NJM mean. To me, that's, but that's me. I don't know if you agree with me on that. All right, law students from Grenada are currently competing in the 3rd Annual National Mooting Association of Antigua and Barbuda. Participants of the moot court competition are vying for prestigious internships and cash prizes. That's also buzzing this morning. Okay, so this morning we should be having a guest, and subsequently we will get into the conversation. But quickly, the word of the day, 86. It is an informal word that means to eject, dismiss, or remove someone. It is usually used in the context of banning or refusing to serve a customer, but it can also refer to rejecting, discontinuing, or removing something in general. The thought of the day: give yourself enough respect to walk away from anyone who doesn't see your worth. Those of you who are on the television platform, we head now to a rebroadcast of yesterday's evening news. But those of you who are locked here with me on Classic, we've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather forthcoming, and which will be followed by the conversation. Like I said, we have a conversation with someone this morning, and then we'll go to a generalized conversation. And I know folks would be more. As a matter of fact, I would want us to concentrate and talk. Give the children their kudos. It's their day. They did well. Did not hear much news or stories about misbehavior and so forth. So we'd like to, zero in and big up the students and athletes for the general performance over the past 3 days. So this is where we take the break from this and we head on to the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather. We'll be back with you after the news.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever your road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever your road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, right next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Good evening, this is GBN's News at 7. Kenroy Batiste has the night off. We start off tonight's broadcast with the biggest sporting event of the year, Republic Bank Intercall. GBN's Rena Pierre was at the National Stadium earlier today and interacted with several students and supporters enjoying the athletic treat. She sent us this report.
It's the third and final day of the Republic Bank Intercall Games today. And as you can see behind me, it's long lines as students, alma maters, and parents are out to support their school. We had the opportunity to speak to some of them to get their expectations of today's events.
I feel excited because I feel high school might win. Well, I know high school will win, so I feel excited.
Well, this is my first ever intercall. I hope that all it goes splendid and no problems happen. I really think it will go good. I'm planning just to relax and watch my friends who are running. Most of my friends are just gonna chill with me, but most of my friends running.
Really good, it's like some of us, it's like a new experience and everything. And as we had 3 days instead of 2, it feels really nice to be back again. Well, I expecting a lot because they're really doing their best out here, and every day they just train in the gym and everything.
They will stick all the way.
So you are past student?
No, not a passion. I support my daughter team.
GBSS all the way in boys and Anglican High School in girls. Want to wish them all the best because my grandson attend GBSS, so you know GBSS all the way, supporting them. But otherwise, you know, I support all the other schools, but I have to say big up to GBSS.
Class all the way?
All the way. My son, Della and John.
So you're a proud mom?
Very much proud.
So tell me, what do you expect from the team?
I expect good performance from them. Yeah, and I hope we come out to the victory.
I'm a GBSS and I'm a high school fan. My son is Tegon Peter Kane and we go in GBSS and high school all the way.
Jeremy Fletcher.
And what are you expecting from your team?
Well, let's try their best, and it was a good win. We're good because for the last intercall we didn't take part, so this year we're taking part, and I find we're doing good because we're for 7th right now. I'm expecting to do good, top 3 at least.
The final day of the intercall game starts off with the Grenada Boys Secondary School and the St. Andrews Anglican Secondary School leading in the boys division. Leading in the girls division is the St. David's Catholic Secondary School and Anglican High. While any school can still be the winner today, what is for sure is that it is indeed an exciting event. For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
Meanwhile, the organizers of Intercall 2023 are elated with the turnout on the final day of the event. The 3-day event culminated at the Carani James Athletic Stadium this evening, with stands filled to capacity as students, parents, alumni, and well-wishers cheered on our nation's secondary school athletes. Rena Pierre-Thomas attended the event and filed this report.
Republic Bank Intercall 2023 is being dubbed a success. The 3rd day of the event saw thousands of secondary school students and well-wishers filling the stands even before the first event ran off. Dominic Jeremiah, chairman of the Principal Association who owns and manages the event, was impressed with the turnout on the final day, which pushed to capacity.
Well, the last 2 days have been a wonderful experience, exactly what we anticipated. We knew that the hunger for the return of Intercall would have been present based on the vibes that we picked up over the last months that we have been planning and preparing for the event. So I don't know if you noticed as you were coming in on both sides of the stadium, the length of the lines. We know the number of tickets that we have already sold through GoToFet online. So in a short time from now, I think we may have to consider closing down because the patronage of the games this year have just been wonderful.
The association already has plans in train for 2024. A new element, Jeremiah says, could be special appearance by athletes in the region.
So you can expect to get a games in 2024 that is going to be is going to surpass even what we have done this year. We are hoping that we can get even some athletes from outside of Grenada to come in. We are going to be collaborating with our friends from Boys and Girls Champ in Jamaica. So I expect a great event in 2024.
Naomi Diali, manager of Republic Bank Grenada, the title sponsor of the games, says the bank is always happy to support the games. She said that Republic Bank Grenada has always found it necessary to give back to the development of the island.
Our Power to Make a Difference program is really geared towards returning value to the community. We value the relationship we have with our customers. Our customer base represents our community. And so as we engage with our customers, we want to show that we can give back to the community, especially in the areas of youth development, education, sports, and those areas.
Intercall is the biggest sporting event in Grenada. This year's meet saw participation from all 22 secondary schools across the Tri-Island state. For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
And now for a different type of talent, the creative kind. The The creative arts is known to take on many societal issues, and one Trinidad-based company is on tour in Grenada sharing their craft and ideas with schools. Christina John caught up with the group at the Caliste Government School and filed this report.
Ashanti Footprints out of Grenada presented a students' show at the Caliste Government School featuring the Faisabad Connection Theatre Company out of Trinidad and Tobago. The group's performances included that of storytelling, theatre, dance, drumming, calypso, and moko jambi. The award-winning play entitled My Father's Child addresses the issue of incest. Judy Antoine is the director for Ashanti Footprints.
I believe that it's fundamental. Like the arts is just fundamental to the lives of young people because they get to participate and express themselves and also be able to offer a gift to people, and the audience receiving this gift is able to feel, go through different emotions. Arts present a healing experience to us as well as a creative experience.
Kevin Fortune is the public relations officer for the Faisabad Connection Theatre Company. He says although culturally we may be different, arts is a universal language that we all speak.
We wanted to use the arts as a way of really having a point of talk and contact and to getting those issues out, because the art is not only about entertainment, but it's also about education and it's also about introspection. And so we're really grateful that we can use the arts for something as touching as this, but also to use our talents to look inward and to have conversations that probably would normally not be had, to have them started. We're grateful here to start here at a primary school level because we believe that the arts is key in every aspect of our lives.
A number of performances are scheduled at various venues across the island over the next 4 days. The Faisabad Connection Theatre Company is an award-winning performing drama company with some of their plays on the CXC syllabus as well as the University of the West Indies. As part of the interaction, students also joined in. Lena John, GBN News.
The launch of Spice Mass 2023 is less than 1 month away, and government is anticipating another stellar execution of the world-renowned event. Beverly Telesford spoke with the Minister for Culture on Wednesday.
With the recent appointment of Mr. Cecil Noel as the new Chief Executive Officer of the Spice Mass Corporation and the official launch of Carnival on the horizon, several improvements are anticipated for Grenada's biggest festival. In an exclusive interview with GBN on Wednesday, Minister for Culture, Ron Redhead, highlighted one of the developments to be expected for this year's event.
One such improvement that we've already made is to ensure that our queens, once successful, can get or be the beneficiary of a scholarship, government scholarship, to further their studies. We do not believe in just by the way saying somebody will compete and be successful and that's it for them. We want to ensure that they are actually building a future in the creative industry.
Government has long-term plans to boost the Carnival product through private-public partnership with stakeholders.
I think we need to do that. Traditional mass in particular has lost its way. This is one of the reasons why government felt it necessary to partner with the private sector through NTA to ensure that we have a structure to do mass costume making, etc., so that we can build in the Grenadian style costumes over time. It's something that we have looked at, but it cannot be changed overnight. And in that regard, we believe in developing the framework to ensure that over time we are successful in implementing our Grenadian style costumes.
The public and stakeholders can expect an update soon on incentives and the forward mobility of Spice Mass.
Well, I think just the general organization of it. Traditionally, when we came in, Spice Mass was known to be a bacchanalville, and we wanted to eradicate that once and for all, and to say to our stakeholders that this is our product, and we should do everything necessary to preserve it and ensure that from every year on forward, it grows from strength to strength. There are a number of things that will be announced in short order as it relates to the management of Spice Mass, the incentive packages. The public can look forward to that. But generally, I think the major concern dealt with the management of Spice Mass and how it interacted with the stakeholders and the public. And so far, we have seemed to change that.
The official launch of Spice Mass 2023 is scheduled for Friday, April 28th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
And breaking news just coming in to GBN is that police have arrested and charged Cosmo Hostin Jr. for causing the death of 32-year-old Asher McIntyre of Mount Hartman, St. George by dangerous driving. He's expected to make his first court appearance in St. George's Magistrate Court on Friday. Asher McIntyre was knocked down on the Maurice Bishop Highway by a motor vehicle during the early hours of March 6, 2023. It was reported he was on his usual morning exercise routine when he was struck by a vehicle. Association of Antigua and Barbuda, participants of the moot court competition are vying for prestigious internships and cash prizes. More in this report.
Gabrielle Walters, Sharika Hippolyte, Jada Glean, and Fidel Stewart, law students from the T.A. Marichaud Community College, are participating in the third annual Fortis Advocatus Moot Court Competition in Antigua. The students, accompanied by coach and tournament liaisons Jasmine Redhead and attorney at law Cherise Noel, left Grenada on Thursday for the semi-final round of the competition, which is carded for Friday. The moot court competition is a simulation of court proceedings in the form of a hypothetical mock trial. 12 Antiguan students from the Antigua State College and the St. Anthony's Secondary School, along with 6 Grenadian students, initially registered their participation in the competition. The aim of the initiative is to educate and train law students on the inner workings of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court and allow for their development of research, writing, and advocacy skills. The 18 students were paired in teams of 2, where they prepared written memorials in February on a given fact pattern to vie for a spot in the semi-final round. After the qualifying round, 4 of the 9 teams, 2 from Grenada and 2 from Antigua and Barbuda, advanced to the semi-finals, where they will display their oral advocacy skills representing the prosecution and the defense respectively at the High Court of Antigua and Barbuda before a panel of esteemed judges. Preparation for the competition spans from September to April each year. The teams will not only be competing for the title, but also for prestigious internships and cash prizes. Apart from the first and second place awardees, prizes will be awarded to the best advocate, best written memorial, and best academic institution. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Grenada is among 7 SEDEMA participating states set to benefit from a 5-day regional training workshop. The workshop, which wraps up on Friday, is dealing with post-disaster needs assessment, or PDNA methodology. It's expected to build resilience amongst the participating states to maximize and accelerate effective response and recovery. The initiative aims to develop professionals with the capacity to support the assessment of damage and loss and sectoral recovery needs in the wake of a disaster. The PDNA methodology training will be provided to senior economic planning and sectoral representatives from the 7 SEDEMA participating states. Those states include Antigua and Barbuda, Belize, Dominica, Grenada, Jamaica, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The initiative is being executed by the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, or SEDEMA, with support from the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, the European Union through the Particip project, and by the Enabling Gender-Responsive Disaster Recovery, Climate and Environmental Resilience in the Caribbean and Gender Project. It's funded by Global Affairs Canada and the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office from the Government of the United Kingdom. The purpose of the training workshop is to provide technical support to 40 professionals who are responsible for planning and executing needs assessment and designing their own recovery frameworks within their country. Work has finally begun on the new wastewater system at the La Colombe housing scheme in St. David. It's a measure government is hoping will bring an end to this long-standing issue that has been plaguing villagers for years. Christina John has been following the developments and has an update on what can be expected over the next 3 months.
Government is partnering with the Housing Authority of Grenada to implement a new wastewater collection, treatment and management system at the La Colombe housing scheme in St. David. At present, the current wastewater system is clogged and needs urgent revamping. The sewage system for the area has been problematic for many years, with previous remedial measures unsuccessful. The implementation of the new wastewater collection, treatment and management system is expected to ensure a safe and healthy physical environment and also prevent environmental and public health hazards for the residents of La Colombe and surrounding areas. The new design will cost government in excess of $1.2 million. The contractor secured for the project is Daniel and Daniel Engineering.
Did last week, as you would see, trying to stem the hemorrhage of this problem here. 13 years. If you look on this side, you will see that we today unearthed a major part of the system that was lost for 13 years. That is the upflow filters, the chlorinator and the dechlorinator, which is the charcoal filters. As I explained before, the new system that we build in would incorporate what was there. So we need to clean that out, upgrade it, change it, and so on. At the same time, the new work started. Actually, we started with the new works. So ahead you will see the new works. This is where the new septic tank is going to go on the wetland system. We're moving ahead, trying to ensure that we reach at least 75-80% before we get any rains. Yeah?
Residents can expect some disruption and likely discomfort. During the weekdays over the next 12 weeks, between the hours 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., residents will experience some delays with traffic, noise, vibration, dust, and fumes. Similar conditions are expected on the weekends between the hours 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Residents are asked to be mindful of water usage during this period, especially when flushing toilets, doing laundry, or other water-related functions. Christina John, GBN News.
Illegal dumping remains a challenge despite various sectors' appeals to cease and desist from the practice. But thanks to our citizen journalists and their camera lens, we can put a spotlight on these concerns and then we can share.
Our citizen journalist tonight is concerned that a blind spot is being created near the road leading to Mount Carmel in St. Andrew. He is concerned that the main road is being used as a soil dump site, causing obstruction of the visual field for drivers. Our ISA reporter is urging drivers to take precautionary measures around that area. He says when rain falls, the mud runs down onto the road, causing another hazard to road users. Use our ISA line at 405-3052 to send your photo and video submissions or send them via our other social media platforms.
Are you looking for a way to make a meaningful contribution to your credit union? Nexa Credit Union invites you to consider volunteering your time and expertise to serve on one of the following: Board of Directors, Supervisory and Compliance Committee, or Credit Committee. Members wishing to be considered must be active members of the credit union, must have the time to commit to the duties and responsibilities of the position, be of good standing, and possess a reasonable understanding of the credit union's philosophy and operating principles. To apply, simply download the application form from nexacreditunion.com/nomination or pick up a copy at any Nexa Credit Union branch. Once completed, please send your application via mail to Nominations, care of Nexa Credit Union Limited, Corner Cross and Halifax Streets, St. George's, or email nominations to info@nexacreditunion.com. Subject, Nominations 2023. Deadline for application, Friday, March 31st, 2023.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
Boyo, they gonna fly with kite now. The wind picking up. I'm coming. Karim, what you doing? Fly my kite. Yeah, but not here. You can't fly kite near power lines, boy. Why not? The wind good. Because mommy say kite threads conduct electricity.
Yeah, kite. He's right. If your kite gets stuck in power lines, it can cause power outages, or even worse, it can get shocked.
Come, they gonna fly them in the pasture.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Grenland, energizing our Grenada.
He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not.
He was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed.
To appreciate his love, meditate on his sufferings.
Grenada, the concert you've been waiting for is coming.
Digicel Reggae Fest.
Digicel Reggae Fest, the big show. April 15th, National Stadium. Get ready to welcome
Jamaica's iconic superstar.
I'm not going to a circus, I'm not going to a fair. Come around, stand on the place. Get up, stand up, and come around. Reggae people.
The First Lady of Reggae, Marcia Griffiths. Marcia Griffiths. The Lady Soul Provider, Romain Virgo. From the Morgan family, welcome
Gramps Morgan. And performing live, Grammy-winning superstar, Kofi.
Along with our very own Tamara Songbird and Akeem. 6 international artists, 4 live bands, 1 night, 1 venue, 1 big show. Get your early bird tickets now for only $100. VIP $500 at advertised outlets, or get them live on gotofed.com.
Saturday, April 15th.
Get ready for the big show.
Digicel Reggae Fest.
You don't want to miss this one.
Shop at Southern Electrical for all your security camera needs. We offer a wide variety of cameras such as solar cameras with or without lights, 4G cameras, Wi-Fi and PoE kits, 4, 8, and 16 channel, replacement cameras for PoE, standalone Wi-Fi cameras, floodlights with cameras, watch cameras, pen cameras, and much more. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grandin, St. George. Let us help you with your security needs. Southern Electrical, best value, expert advice, quality products.
And so it begins, a journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
We are feeling the strains of high prices, low economic growth, too much debt, reduced investments, and global tensions. The world is confronting what economists have now dubbed poly or many crises, not seen in decades. So, what are our leaders doing? And what can we do? Find out on the Caribbean Economic Forum on Managing Caribbean Economies in an Era of Many Crises with Gervais Warner, Dr. Kevin Greenwich, and Geneva Oliveri.
Caribbean Economic Forum, this Sunday at 5 p.m. on GBN television channels 7 and 11. GBN, keeping you informed with global issues, anywhere and everywhere.
Welcome to the highly anticipated second season of Caribbean Medical TV, the first and only medical TV series that showcases the Caribbean and the emerging issues on all health and wellness forums in our region. Like season 1, the voices of our very own citizens, our local and regional doctors and medical experts forged the basis of the show. This season, we take the first groundbreaking original show even further. This series aims to empower our people with knowledge, from ways of detecting to ways of healing ourselves, protecting citizens with chronic diseases from COVID-19, while showing how they can manage their conditions effectively and safely receive needed health care while preserving what constitutes the very core of our Caribbean culture, its predilection for flavor, spirit, and rhythm. This is truly a holistic wellness agenda for our Caribbean people.
Mention the wing kai, then you have things like manual must come back, you know. We have the low power that.
It is kind of like the same man, and it's just different name for the same kind of thing.
And last but not least, I just want to say to all the men, call me and ask for a piece of cake. I'm baking this weekend.
Join us Fridays at 8 on GBN Television, K105 FM, GBN's Facebook page, and YouTube channel for We Culture.
Good morning, visitors as well. Those of you who are with us for the first time, welcome to Good Morning Grenada. We call the segment The Conversation. And we've just come out of intercall games. Athletics and sports in general is in the air, usually around Easter time. That's what we get into. We know that's the time when the Bikers Association heads to the road. They usually go to Carriacou, they ride around and so forth. I urge you to be careful on the road. But this morning, this segment of the conversation, I am joined via our Zoom platform, the president of the Felicity Cycling Association, or club, Mr. Kevin Alexis. And when he told me his name, I said, but I've got a good friend named Calvin. He said, no relations that I know of. But nonetheless, good morning to you, Mr. Alexis.
Hi, good morning.
And welcome to the GBN conversation for this morning. How are you this morning?
Thanks for having me. I'm pretty well.
Okay. Did you have a horse in the race yesterday?
Well, my old school is GBSS, so that says it all.
Okay, so you went to the wrong school. You should have gone to McDonald College or SAS. Okay, all right, but no problem. I'll forgive you for that. All right, cycling. We're talking cycling this morning. I am not a keen follower of cycling, right? I must have owned a bicycle once, So, but cycling is a sport that is developing in Grenada. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes, yeah, that's a true statement. Obviously, it's one of the minority sports, not like football or cricket. So it's not as big, but it is growing.
Okay, and I have not heard prior to today of the Felicity Cycling Club. Tell me about it. Give us a backdrop on it.
Okay, I'll try to keep it short. So I started the club roughly about 3 years ago. GBN, actually, we did an interview roughly around that time while I was still in the UK. Maybe it was someone else, not you, who did the interview.
Okay.
So always from the need to start a club, because there were never any clubs here while I was back in Grenada. And I just saw the need for a club, because with having a club, it have different perks. You have a stronger community. It's more social. It's not just about racing. So when I saw the need for that, I made it my mission about 3 years ago. We started, and 3 years later, here is where we are.
Okay, and what sort of responses have you been getting thus far?
The responses, to be quite honest, has been quite, what should I say, quite mixed, We are really struggling to get females in the club, and younger people as well. I think the main reason is just the cost of the sport. If you're not too aware, the bikes and equipment, the clothing, everything is quite expensive. So over the years, because I knew that is what I wanted to do and help people with, I've sort of stockpiled and accumulated some fairly decent equipment that if persons wanted to compete or even just ride for leisure, they would be on comparable equipment to the other bigger islands, if that makes sense.
Okay, certainly. Yeah, there's a concern that I have, right? Are you going to attempt to have cycling into the schools? Is there any attempt for that?
Yeah, so some of my friends did mention that to me. But because, as I said, I was away for a while, so me actually having to spearhead that would have been a bit difficult. But now that I'm back, yes, it's very feasible for me to try to attempt to get it going, because as I said, that's where a lot of the scouting and of the talent is hidden. So there's a lot of potential to get more and new people interested, because cycling is not just about racing. I would like to say, it's promoting a healthy lifestyle as well.
Okay, because looking at our tracks, all right, or where our just concluded intercall games took place, I think it's ideal. I would love to see cycling as part of the itinerary for intercall games, if not next year, but in the not too distant future.
Yes, so because as I said, I have so many ideas and everything else, but I think I need to just slow down a bit. So that's in the pipeline in terms of trying to get a purpose-built arena/area for the sport. Because I don't know if you would have seen or not seen, but probably heard, if you're not a very confident cyclist, even when I say cyclist, bicycle or even motorcyclist, it can be a bit scary on the road sometimes, and I think a lot of the younger cyclists do get a bit intimidated by drivers and everything else. You do have some really good drivers, but on the other hand, you have some not so nice drivers. So I think having a purpose-built facility, I have some plans which I need to speak to the relevant people, and hopefully they would allow me to have a meeting with them, and we could sit down and have dialogue in terms of what's the best direction to take.
Okay, good. All right. Well, as I hinted earlier, Easter is a time when we usually see cyclists hit the road and so forth. So what are the plans that the Fidelity of what's the name of
Felicity.
the Felicity.
Sorry, Felicity. Yeah.
Felicity Cycling Club. What are the plans you have upcoming? Do you have any major events for the Easter weekend and going forward?
Yes. So my way of giving back is to try and hold at least 3 events every year. So that's my club giving back. So the first event is on the 2nd, which is this Sunday. Then the second one is on the 9th, and then the third one is the following weekend. So this Sunday, it's a team time trial. Starts on the stretch by Ace and goes down to the airport. So you do that for a total approximately 10 kilometers. So your team can consist of anyone you choose. So prior to, it can be a mixed team, male, female, male, male. There is no age group. You just come out, make your team prior, obviously, and you just come out and ride as fast as you can and have a bit of fun. So that's this Sunday. The next one, which is on the 9th, that one is going to be held on the stretch. So that's going to be a criteria. Criteria meaning is just making loops on the stretch. That's going to be 45 minutes plus 2 laps. So that's going to be really fast and fun. And the third one, I haven't finalized the route as yet. Most likely that's going to be a road race going up to the cliff, the Red Gate, and then finishing on that. There's a climb. I can't remember the name of the climb, but it's like it's the hill just before Tiba Hill.
Okay. That's Tiba Hill. That's going up Corinth area.
Yes. So it will finish on that hill.
Okay.
To make it a bit interesting. Yeah.
Okay, well, that sounds rather interesting. In your opinion, I'm hearing an accent, so I know you're a local, but you're returning. All right.
Yeah.
Having assessed the country as you've been back, do you think the scope for going forward with cycling in Grenada, and I'm talking bicycles, right? Bicycles, not necessarily motorbikes. What are your thoughts on the going forward with that activity, with that sport?
So as I said, hopefully in a very short time, I'm hoping to speak to the relevant authorities, people, to see how we can try to establish a venue. As I said, because I've been away for a while, I have a very good idea of what works and what doesn't work and how to go about doing things. So hopefully I can speak to someone and we can put our heads together and come up with a plan that works best, because from what I've seen, it's not the place where would be best. It's not primarily for cycling. So you can use it as well for running and stuff like that when it's not being used for cycling. So people still have access to it. So you can go walking and running and other activities. So the activity is always being used, if that makes sense.
Okay, all right, yeah, quite so. Because we're seeing the swimmers at the moment, they're lobbying to get a modern facility for swimming, and I do hope that that happens soon, because Grenada seems to be doing well in that sport of swimming, and I would love to see cycling being included in our sporting itinerary. So having a cycling facility. Because I keep saying to parents and guardians nowadays, gone are the days when you had to be an academia person to be successful. As a matter of fact, the people in sports and culture and the arts, the performing arts, they are the ones who are making the monies nowadays. Teachers and doctors and so forth, they make marginal money, but these activities are the ones that are seeing the millionaires. When you listen to the salaries and so forth of footballers and basketballers and the musicians and so forth, teachers and so forth don't come in that line. So I think it's important that people grasp, the relevant authorities and powers that be grasp that concept that, hey, it's good to have a sound education because it goes hand in hand, but being an academia is not the only success that you could have,
Yeah, definitely. Because if I just may say, it's a whole system that needs to be in place, because if you have like the facility, but you need the coaches, you need the equipment and everything else. So I know exactly how you feel, because as I said, I am a Grenadian. I've raced for the country while I was a lot younger. And one of the things at the time that prevented us from doing better was knowledge. And when I say knowledge means everything. Knowledge is coaching, nutrition, and all of that. So what I did was, with my time, knowing that what the plan is to come back and start the club, I invested in knowledge. So, I know what to do, what not to do. I'm a coach, I'm a nutritionist, and all of those things, So you need to hit it at all aspects to hopefully get the desired outcome.
Right, that's awful. So in wrapping up, I'd like you to use the opportunity. There was someone that was trying to call in. I don't know if it's someone who was interested in getting to be a part of your club or something, or was soliciting some sort of information. So we've got like 3 minutes left. We can have that line open for that time. And in the interim, anything specific you would like to throw out there?
Just that. So one, I just like to talk a little bit about safety on the roads. Just the drivers, as I said, it have really good drivers, and then it have some not so good drivers. I just like to say, can you, please just be mindful on the roads, like when cyclists are there. Obviously, it could be your son or daughter or husband or whoever who is cycling as well. And just remember, they have families just the same, so just drive with a little bit more care and attention.
Okay, we do have a caller on the line. Could you just... Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Innocent, and morning to your guest.
Morning.
I want to say I'm very encouraged by what I'm hearing. I don't get Mr. Alexis there. What Mr. Alexis?
Yes, good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Hi.
Yeah, but I want to also say that there was a time in Grenada when we had some good cyclists, and he said something which is true about the knowledge. Maybe at the time there wasn't the knowledge of the sport, and we have really supported cycling for whatever reason. there was a time when the Grenada Amateur Athletic and Cycling Association was run. So cycling was here before. So I'm glad that Mr. Alexis is trying to revive the sports here. So, but the thing about it, most time we don't remember history. So thank you very much, Mr. Alexis, to try to revive the sport. It's very expensive, as you said, but hopefully we could really do something, because cyclists used to come from other islands and cycle here during the Whitsuntide activity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. There we go, Mr. Alexis. All right, so the mere fact that the caller hinted that cycling was actually an active sport in Grenada in the past, having cyclists from around the region coming in, especially on the Whitsuntide weekend. I remember those days. As a matter of fact, not so long ago, a good friend of mine, Mr. Eric Benjamin Greens, he had I think it was a Father's Day cycling event or something around like that, but it had faded. Do you think you can take that position and revive that?
Well, I wouldn't say I'll take that position, but as I said, the aim is to revive the position, is to revive cycling. So, in whatever form or fashion that comes in, we'll see.
Okay. All right. Any parting words, Mr. Alexis?
I'd just like to say, if anyone can make it on Sunday morning, just come out and support. Come support your local riders. And just come out, have fun. Just bring the family out. And thanks for having me on.
The pleasure is always ours, bro. Have yourself a great day, and all the success that can be had, I want you to have it, okay?
Thank you very much.
And all the best. Folks, I have been speaking there with Mr. Kevin Alexis. He is the president or chairman of the Felicity Cycling Club. And he's based, as he said, at the moment in Manjaloo. That's at his home. But as time progresses, I know that he will expand and have himself a central office and so forth. So once again, all the best, Mr. Alexis.
Thank you.
Folks, we take a commercial break. We'll be back after this message. Don't you go anywhere.
Annual Easter clearance sale is here, and boy, do we have some exciting deals for you. Massive savings on tiles to be had, with discounts from 10 to 35% off on all tiles, store-wide. Buy all we have in a low stock model and watch your discount skyrocket with a huge 15% off. Plus, get chip edge tiles for as low as $1. Yes, we're clearing out our old stock to bring in the new. And that's not all. The Easter Bunny has added extra savings on tubs, bathroom vanities, tile tools, and so much more. It won't get any better than this. Jump on these excellent deals and visit our Island Style showroom on Monroe Road in Grandans or call 439-TILE. That's 439-8453. Sale ends Holy Saturday. When you think tile, think Island Style.
Grenada, after 10 years.
Hey, Grenada, this is Pastor Donnie McClurkin, and get this, I am coming to the land of spice.
The multi-award-winning Pastor Donnie McClurkin is back live at the Grenada National Stadium for one night of praise and worship, where your hearts will be lifted heavenward, joined by some of Grenada's finest gospel talent, Lexton Mitchell, Edson Mitchell, Ajabo, Spice Worship Ministries, McCurl Fletcher Newton and Company, Patrick Grace, and the PBC Choir. Tickets are on sale now, $50, and can be found at all major ticket outlets and at your local churches. Don't miss this unique experience with classic songs like Stand, We Fall Down, Caribbean Medley, Great Is Your Mercy, and many more. Friday, 7th April 2023 at 7 p.m.
I got my mind made up, and I won't turn back, because I want to see my Jesus someday.
Are you or your organization interested in becoming an environmental and conservation volunteer? Well, this is your opportunity to serve. The Grenada Sustainable Development Trust Fund invites you and your organization to the launch of its Ecosystems Conservation Volunteer Program on Tuesday, April 18th, 2023 at the Grenada Trade Center Annex from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Keynote speaker, Mr. Van Burn Harry, CEO of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Conservation Fund. He He will share the experience of SVG and how their program has helped to revolutionize efforts there. Come hear more on how you can become involved in this great initiative and pledge your participation by registering to become a volunteer. For more information, call telephone number 459-9402 or 410-1682 or email us at info@gsdtf.org or ceo@gsdtf.org. The Grenada Sustainable Development Trust Fund looks forward to partnering with you.
It's a fun and learn Easter at Destined to Win Tutoring and Aftercare Academy with indoor and outdoor games, art, reading and mathematics, field trips, kite flying, preparation for MCT exams, Easter hunt and more. From Monday, April 3rd to Friday, April 14th, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Catering to students aged 5 to 10. Destined to Win Tutoring and Aftercare Academy is located on Tempe Main Road, St. George. To register, call 405-8282.
Wait to see my
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the conversation for today, the final one for the week. Yes, it is the final one. And what we'll do this morning, actually, is we're going to open the lines. We are going to open the lines so that you can talk about anything you want to talk about. That's once it's within the parameters of, morality and not something that can get yourself and the station in problems, libelous or anything like that. But I really want us to zero in on the actual intercall games that just concluded. Yeah, that's what I'd like us to concentrate on, the intercall games that just concluded. So give me a call, 435-2041. And before we do that, let's just look at some of the comments here on our WhatsApp platform. Good morning, Mr. Joseph. First, I would like to congratulate all of the winning schools in this year's intercall games, but I have to address a few issues and observations yesterday. To begin with, there was no official announcement made that all exits are final, and if you had to come back in, you'll have to pay again. Second, there was no reason why students and adults should be at the same ticket booths purchasing tickets and seated at the same stands. Thirdly, as previously announced, that day 1, $15, day 2, $20, and day 3, $30. However, on entering the stadium at the ticket booth, you were told different, that now we have only tickets for the secondary stands for $25. Added to that, the stadium were sectioned just to make money by selling tickets for the main pavilion at $50. Very cheap psychology on the part of the organizers. Please, they could have done much better than that. Bless day. Keeping in mind that the games were sponsored. 435-2041. Let's see if we can get this call. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Innocent.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. In terms of the intercall, it was well organized, I would think. It was a very successful game, and I really want to congratulate, even though it's not my school, but I want to congratulate the GBSS and also the Anglican High School and St. David's Sec, of course. But, Innocent, I have a concern that I just thought I would share with you and your listeners in terms of the finish time. Now, you see, in my view, the sports went on too late. There's no reason it should have gone past 6 o'clock when lights had to be turned on. At 6 o'clock, it should have been finished, and it put the children not allowed to go into town, but directed directly to their buses to get home. Because we give them leeway, and then we complain of their behavior. But I think the organizers, that's one of the weaknesses that they really need to address in terms of the time that is finishing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller. And just to confirm that, I know when the games were announced, we were told that the games would be starting at 9 and finishing at 6, but sometimes, but nonetheless, no excuse should be, accepted, but we just have to do better. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. I just have two little things to talk about. One, I would say yesterday to do with the intercourse sports. It was well put together. Yes, there may be a little bit some flaws, but at the end of the day, I think when we look back at the amount of people congregated together in one place, we have to say, thanks to the Lord and everything else that we had no big, and as far as I've heard, there's no big disturbances where anybody got injured as such. I want to give the police officers kudos, give them credit. The guy was passing through town yesterday afternoon late after 6. And when kids congregate together, what happens? And the police officer was adamant that some of them say they want to go to Kentucky. Say, no, Kentucky, you're going to the bus terminal and get your buses and go home.
Right.
We have to give them credit for that. I want to talk now about something that happened in the licensing department. And according to the commissioner of police or the person, whoever is in charge of it, they could be, what they did is very well, very good. That you could go different places to get your vehicle license.
Oh, inspected?
So, I was in one of the licensing area where, for the people who pay online, I think some consideration could be given. If we're talking about productivity and the development of Grenada, when you pay online, you just go to collect you go to collect your sticker. Now, there was quite a few of us who were in the line where some people go and get a self-license, but they had to go through a long journal process. I suggested to the police, for the few of us who go online, some of them may have to go back to work, some may have to go back to their businesses. Is there a facility where we can say, okay, here we have done it online, we leave whatever necessary information with you, we can go and we pass back today, later on or tomorrow to collect it because we already paid for it. I think it's a good suggestion. I don't know if anything could be done about it, but I think having people 2-3 hours in the line when you could have gone back and do something more productive with yourself, with your time.
Okay.
I think consideration could be given for that.
Okay. Thank you very much, caller. All right. Thank you very much. I must join with the caller and applaud the fact that the inspection of the vehicles was relatively more decentralized this time, so we did not have to spend long lines waiting at Dusty Highway and the other conventional places that was done. So it was so I think it's a work in progress. As we say, it's all transformation. So let's see how this goes. All right, Anne-Marie Thomas says, good morning, all. Blessed day, innocent. I told you. Okay. All right, good. Veronica Sandy, good morning, GBN. Good morning, Gordon, Innocent Joseph. Blessings to all. Janice Let Joseph, good morning, Grenada. Blessings. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks, and same to you. Asha Springer, that surname sounds like a past student of McDonald College. Good morning, Asha. Have a blessed and productive day yourself. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, morning, Innocent, once again. I just want to share this.
Okay.
Sports is the best way of engaging every human being. It is a way of integrating our people. And that was said by Evo Morales, former president of Bolivia, at the press conference in Trinidad at the 5th Summit of the Americas on 18th of April 2009. I say that to say, yesterday I said, well, we could have think ahead And probably because of the circumstances with the intercall, we didn't have for almost 4 or so years, you might say, with the problem with the teachers and so on. And then with COVID, we could have had maybe a holiday in one of the days, particularly the last day. Some people have contacted me and said that they agree with me, but maybe not a whole holiday, but a half a holiday. Having said that, no, I hope that we can use the energy that we see displayed by both the athletes and the spectators and others to galvanize a similar event next year in February or leading up to February for the 50th anniversary of what we call independence of Grenada. We need to really use sports, not just saying about sports tourism and so on. I think this is a minor thing. Let's use sports to help to unify and integrate our people development.
Okay. Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. It's 14 minutes on to 8 o'clock. That's the time. Once again, congratulations to all the winners of the 3 days of engagement at the Intercall Games. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Innocent.
Hi, welcome to the program.
How are you this morning?
I am alive and thankful for that.
I want a little space in your program to tell my granddaughter happy birthday today, please.
Okay, well, go right ahead.
Birthday, I want to wish her a happy birthday. Her name is Kizel Samuel from Fountainhall. Birthday greetings coming away from her mother, Valerie Charles, her sister, Kivel, Christian, her brother, Isaiah, and Jeanine. Also her loving grandmother, Vonish Charles. We all wish her a happy birthday and may God bless her and keep her throughout the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I hope she enjoys it to the fullest, all right? Okay, she's gone in a jiffy. All right, good morning. I'm sending birthday greetings to my co-worker, Paula Thomas, celebrating her birthday today. Wishing her all the best on her birthday today and God's continuous blessings. Greetings coming from the staff at the Ministry of Works, Eastern Main Road at Pearls. All right, she's in my hometown. 13 minutes on to the hour of 8 o'clock. After this, we take a final commercial break and come back with a wrap. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Sir Innocent.
Welcome to the program. How are you?
All right. Well, I congratulate all the schools that take part, all the winners. But my observation yesterday is that we had a good turnout. But in the races, when the race is going to start, every time they have to announce, be silent for the starting. And then people, they're not silencing. So I think what they should do is all these horns, ban these horns from the thing and sports. Because among the people in the stadium, the voice is enough, you can hear them. And the people coming to support the children and the different schools. But themselves is handbogging the starting from going on because the noise they're making, that is what create half of the false start yesterday. The noise they're making distracting the runners from hearing. They're getting false song from these horns and banging at things. They think they hear the start of the race, but not the start. So that creates a lot of false start. You come in to support, but you're creating problem.
Okay.
The voicing alone is enough. These horns ban them, because if they ban Kong Shell, which is local thing, they could ban these foreign things that come in and create more problems. That is only making money for the foreign folk.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. It's 11 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We take our final commercial break in the segment, and then we come back with a wrap.
That's not how you cross the pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
It is important to know what your road signs and markings means. The zigzag lines means you should not park in the marked area. Parking is allowed inside the solid white lines on the edge of the road. Remember, look out for pedestrians. Pedestrians, be sure the vehicle comes to a complete stop before crossing. These tips can save your life. These tips can make our roads safer for all users. Be safe, be seen, be smart. A message from the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
Looking for that injection of vibes and energy, of course? Well, I've got just that. Hi, my name is Gary, Mr. Smooth, and I'm inviting you to join me on the Hot Morning Show on Hot 98.5, 98.7 FM. Weekdays, Monday to Friday, 6 to 10 in the morning. I've got a healthy dose of your favorite and most infectious hits sampled with information, news, laughter, and all the other ingredients that go into making the hottest morning show on the radio, the Morning Heat. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit us up on WhatsApp, 435-7517. We've got topics, we've got discussions, calls, voice notes, and so much more. But I can't tell you everything. You gotta tune in. The Hot Morning Show on Hot FM 98.5, 98.7 with yours truly, Gary, Mr. Smooth. Kaboom!
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. It's 7 minutes away from 8 o'clock. We have a caller on the line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program.
You know, Mr. Innocent.
Hi.
I've vexed with you.
That's okay.
But I will still talk to you. I hope you accept me a call. And let me tell you why I've vexed with you. You're having all kind of program going on. The Prime Minister did so well. He made history. Our Prime Minister now. Sorry, I say our. Well, mine. I don't know about you. Anyhow, ours. Imagine that you don't even have a program about how well he did by carrying out the negotiation with teachers so easy. He has made history. So you should have supported him or bring a program on that. You bring a program and talk. So that's what I want to congratulate him about.
Right.
It's a good thing. He's a liar. He knows what to do. He knows how to win his case.
Caller.
And that is a future development of the country. Who don't like money? It seems that if you don't like money, I thought you'd have praised the man. It's time that you do that. Have a program.
Okay.
Okay? Right. Anyhow, but tell him I congratulated him.
All right.
The others used to make history. But I don't know if he's trying to make history another way. Everybody make history in their own way.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Could I ask you a question before you run off?
I don't know if I could answer it.
Are you?
I don't run in.
Are you?
I'm listening to you.
Are you the member of a twin? Are you a twin? Do you have a twin sibling?
No.
Well, I thought you cannot be that miserable for one person, man. Have a good weekend, all right?
What? You will make people get against me, though.
Have a good weekend.
I want them to get against you. That's why I tell you that.
Have a good weekend. All right, good, bye-bye. Okay, folks, it's 5 minutes on to 8 o'clock. I want to visit our Facebook page. Sylvina Charles says, good morning, Innocent, and everyone tuned in at this time. Blessed weekend to all. Same to you. Giselle Sylvester, finishing tickets were $50 and the other seats were $30 at the main stand. That person was misinformed. All right. Ernesto Jose says, I want to congratulate Team MDC on their performance in the intercall, even though they didn't come first because of lack of athletes to participate in the different sections of the intercall. But wherever the athletes took part, they were successful. So also congratulations to the students that came first and third. You make MDC proud. Of course. All right, of course. Cynthia Bay says, good morning and congratulations to all schools. You were all winners. I agree. Gloria Lambert, good morning, Mr. Innocent. Congratulations to all participants, especially Anglican High School. Good to see Intercall is back again. My disappointment as one who gave many years of voluntary service in that facility, I paid for a ticket and had to stand. Some who never worked got the high-class treatment. Tickets were being sold and there were no seats available. So sad. And Ernesto Jose comes back and he says, the game finishing at 7 was because some students took part in several races and some of the delays were given to give them time to reciprocate or for other races. I don't, okay, all right. Let me not comment there. Good. It's 3 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Let me quickly go back to the WhatsApp platform. Someone says cycling in Grenada is not a good idea. The drivers here have no respect for pedestrians, so why would your children be on the roads? Off-road trail riding is okay, but until the drivers here learn to be respectful to cyclists and pedestrians, you're just being foolish. Okay. All right. And that last part of the comment is part of the comment, right? I did not say it. All right. You're just being foolish. That's how the comment ended. Let's take our final call in the program. Good morning, caller. Hello, good morning. All right. We seem to have lost that caller there. It's 3 minutes away from 8 o'clock. At 8, we join the BBC. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, I just want to congratulate GBSS and St. David's Catholic Secondary on the victories. But I want to say to our children or young people, do not believe that success in these things is a life. The most success in life is knowing Christ. And I want to encourage the young children, the young people, and their parents to go back to the Word of God, bring the children back to the Bible, let them recognize who they are. Because in some of the school systems, I mean, the teaching, they tell them they are evolved, they come out from monkey, and all kind of nonsense. We need to take the children to the Word of God, get the Bible back in our schools, in our homes, in our communities, and teach the children that, being successful in sports and all this sort of thing is good for your physical, but the spiritual is forever. It lives on. And they got to know where they are heading when they leave the earth. Okay. So I want them to be encouraged to go to the Word of God, ask God to come into their lives and to guide and protect them. Because this world is very terrible these days. And the Bible says about the children, it says, blessed are those who do not have in the last days, right? So it means what's going to be happening to children will be so terrible that those who don't have will be happy. So I want them to go back, bring the children to God.
Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Mm-hmm. All right, bye-bye. Finally, Sister says, good morning, Grenada Carrico and Pity Matnick. Alistair Warwood Sr. says, blessed Friday morning, spicy. Folks, home and abroad, GBN and the innocent one, you all stay safe. All right, Ernesto Jose, finally, my beef on this intercall is that we in the diaspora have to pay to see our local sports meet. The GIS, which is a government entity, carries live. Why should we pay to see intercall, the largest sport in Grenada, on GIS? Partners, I know we might have gone to the same school, right? From conversations. Why didn't you paying to see basketball? And pay-per-view. Any case, folks, this is where we wrap it up. Those of you who participated in the program for the entire week, thank you for being a part of it. And we look forward to another engagement on Monday. I urge you to play it safe. Drivers, be safe on the nation's roads. Love yourself, love others, and remember, think positive, happy thoughts, because this too shall pass, whatever you're going through. I love you. Bye-bye.